Lance Velchek back once again for CinemaCon 2024 Joblo Horror Originals. Actually just got out of the Lionsgate and Universal panels. I think it's time we talk. I am a big fan of The Crow. I grew up with Brandon Lee. I read the James O'Barr comic series in high school. It's a very important movie to me. I did not love that first trailer.
Shit on me. Shit on me!
And funny enough, when Lionsgate was introduced and the gentleman that actually showed us the trailer knew that to be the case and pitched this movie with these words, give or take. This is a reimagining. It's not meant to go against, compete, or be compared to the original. So what I saw didn't blow me away. We had more of a focus on the love angle between Shelley and Eric Draven. It looks like they were in some sort of corrections facility and that they met during some sort of therapy sessions. They eventually get out.
I haven't done anything with my life like you have.
And live some sort of a life before they die. So we definitely have more of a backstory. And that, I'm not against. The problem is, and I think what's gonna kind of make or break this movie is Skarsgård is playing a Gen Z type of character. He has the tattoos, his sort of like New York accent is very just sort of, and you know what? I'm not feeling it at all.
You don't feel good. Jelly! What's the matter with you?
At all. I found it actually kind of grating. And I think that's gonna make or break this, because if you can dig that guy, if you can dig that vibe, if that's something you're into, you know? If you're into that kind of music and that lifestyle, hey, maybe this is for you. And I think that's the whole point of this. People like me, the Gen Xers, it's not our time, we step back. This is clearly for a different generation. It's more violent, it's more aggressive. They're focusing a lot more on the pain aspects. Eric Draven is feeling everything. He doesn't get back up. It's not like Brandon Lee laughing at Funboy in the bedroom, right? This, it's a slow build, and it feels like it's some sort of penance. Like they're paying for something. There's definitely a little hint of a religious aspect. We have more of an idea of the afterlife, or at least the way station in which Eric Draven is at and gets his sort of orders, you know, almost like the Skull Cowboy that was cut from the original movie. It seems like they're taking that aspect only via the afterlife. Concepts they don't hate, but again, this is gonna ride or die on how well Skarsgård can play off this character. And to me, so far, I'm just not a Post Malone guy. And the next I saw something that I've been kind of curious about, Never Let Go. I'm a big Alexander Aja fan. In fact, it was Mr. John Fallon, the Arrows review, which got me to go see High Tension in the wasteland that is Joliet. And if you're a fan of the Blues Brothers, you should know Joliet Jake is not a classy guy, and that's not a classy place. That being said, I followed his career forever. Between Piranha 3D, his amazing adaptation of The Hills Have Eyes, I really enjoyed Crawl. The guy knows how to have a little bit of fun, and he's also very cynical, and he has that new French extreme vibe that I've always been a fan of. This movie, Halle Berry and her two kids are in some sort of post-apocalyptic land, right? This is, the world's over, and they're in a cabin. The only way they can leave this cabin is if they attach these ropes to themselves. And this is where they get their food, their plants, this is how they sort of like scavenge the land. But there's something else out there. There's these beings, these monsters, right? We don't know exactly what. If you unattach from this rope, you're dead.
Please don't do that.
And it seems the story is whatever is in these woods, whatever is out there, is trying to convince one of these kids, because there's two kids, there's twins, that the rope is a foolish idea. There's nothing out there. The mom's wrong, of course, you know? Exactly. And so then we get a montage of these crazy intense things. The vibe reminds me very much of old school Aja. This has that sort of new French extremity vibe, and Halle Berry looks like she's pulling it off quite well. We'll see. I like Aja. I trust him. This is one of those, I think it's gonna be like Bird Box, where concept's cool, it's all about execution. So, yeah, we'll see. And that brings us to Universal. So I would say the most important thing I saw today was Nosferatu. Robert Eggers, everything he's done I've loved. You know, The Northman, The Witch, Lighthouse, all weird and sort of like, I would almost say a little punk rock, like a little off the beaten path is what I've always liked.
You're fond of me lobster. Say it.
This, oddly enough, looks slightly more mainstream, but just as weird and dark. There's a lot of gothic imagery, and I was very happy to see that. I'm not surprised, but you never know. I'm more of a cynic, so I always assume I'm gonna get screwed, but it didn't happen. Like dark castles, stormy skies, that kind of thing. But when the movie kind of kicks in, there's this visceral meanness that I was surprised by. You don't get a lot. We see a little bit of Holtz like flipping out. I almost thought it was transformation, but probably not. You get a little bit more, only a little of Dafoe's, William Dafoe's Van Helsing. He only has a couple lines in this, but how does Dafoe ever disappoint? It's because he doesn't. That's why he's still around. That's why he was walking around smiling. That's why he's amazing. Tonally, though, this is what I was hoping for. It looks mean. Without really showing anything, it's not going to be pretty. We don't see Skarsgård. We don't see Nosferatu, but the shot that we get is this kind of silhouette where he has like the cloak, the cape kind of thing. You know, it's all in black. And it's Defoe's reaction shot that sold me. Cut the title card. So at this point, I'm not going to watch any of the trailer. I'm there for Christmas. And yes, it's a Christmas movie because why not? Why not? Yeah, take the family, get the kids. You know, I would say one trip, enjoy.
A lot of great things like soda pop. Big fresh can of soda pop.
Next is Speak No Evil. It's a remake of the, I believe, Danish film from 2022, which I have not seen. And story-wise, we really don't know what's going on, but I do always love a good old-fashioned domestic thriller. And this kind of has that sort of like, I would say old 90s vibe of the setup, but then it gets sort of like nice in 2022. This had almost a barbarian feel to it by the end. We don't know exactly what they're doing, but James McAvoy and his wife are these charming sort of, affluent people that befriend this couple. And as the trailer goes on, you realize like that clearly they are not who they say. And they're into much darker stuff. They have this son that in the entire trailer, they kind of make seem like he has some sort of disability, but by the end, they hint at the reason he's quiet and doesn't do much is because they cut out his tongue. You got me. You got me, you know? I'm wavering, but it was a good sell. So we'll see. I don't know much about it. I'm gonna actually probably not see the original first, only because you never wanted to read the book before you see the movie. The movie's never going to be as good. So I'm going to check it out. And McAvoy's awesome. The Scottish are great. Great people. You're part of the Scottish guy, you have a great time. And then last is Lee Winnell's Wolfman. Here's the thing. I loved Upgrade. That's it. I did not like The Invisible Man. It was a movie made of dumb decisions for a little bit too long. That doesn't mean he's not a good director. And so in terms of look, I gotta be honest, I was impressed by how mean the Wolfman looked. Christopher Abbott basically plays this dad talking to his daughter, and it's more of like a kind of a clip trailer. I'm not exactly sure if this is gonna be what's gonna be released, but it's what they showed us. And his daughter's like asking about death and dying. And it's sort of this parallel because he's talking or trying to comfort his daughter, knowing that whatever's inside him and whatever's inside of him is essentially death. We cut to a bunch of clips of action, people running scared, and then we see him sort of almost transform before it hard cuts the title. Tone-wise, it looks pretty cool again. I gotta be honest, dude, Universal's CinemaCon 2024 has the theme of their horror movies seem to be visceral and sort of intense, and that is my kind of horror. It's still early, but for the first time in a long time, I'm excited.